Just a shot of espresso, please. I'll take it. Thank you. Rise and shine. It is a sea day here on board the Voyager of the Seas. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Today is July 25th. I don't know why I ever pretend to keep track because I truly never know what day it is. And I don't even know what day of the week it is right now. But today is a sea day. We have a very busy day ahead and you're coming along for the ride. Today is a show day. So we have 2 matinee shows this afternoon. Oh my God, it's kind of rocky. I'm like unstable. And then our schedule did change a little bit because of other things that happened throughout the cruise. So after our shows this afternoon, we are helping out with the production show. So it was rescheduled or moved, I should say, from tomorrow to tonight. So that is that. And then there is an all-crew party this evening. Will I attend? Not quite sure about that yet. We'll see. We'll see how we feel, and we're just going to go with the flow. But we do have a busy day ahead. So I have an espresso shot to kickstart the day. I have been awake for a few hours just working on some editing as usual. And I ordered a single shot of espresso, but she gave me like a double. So I'm not mad about it. We're going to sip it. And we're also going to answer some questions today. I've been receiving a lot of questions and I had you guys send in things you want me to answer. So throughout this vlog, we're going to be knocking those out of the park. But cheers. Good morning. Very solid. I haven't shown you my nails because I didn't vlog the day I got them done, but I got them done on turnaround day of this cruise. And I absolutely love them. I got just the most simple little French tip, but I did pastel colors. So each nail is a different color. And then of course, you know the drill, chrome on top because chrome is superior and I am addicted to it. Like every set of nails I get has chrome on it and I'm not at all ashamed to say I love the chrome. So these are the nails. I think they look super good and I have yet to stop staring at them because I'm still obsessed. Good morning, Moon.
She's here to shine brightly. Like a moon. Shine bright like a moon.
It's time to do full glam at 10 in the morning. 10 a.m., full glam, full beat, but lipsticks is waiting. We're not putting the lipstick on yet. That's gonna come later.
I just stabbed myself with this. I mean, you're obsessed with her, but like, I don't get it. I don't get you.
Rise and shine, girlfriend. Good morning.
Good morning. You know,
Dobre utro.
This sucks from Kusules. Fake night.
Oh, really?
Yeah?
Another day, another dollar in the office. Presets are pretty much done. Racks are over here with some costumes. I just need to grab my sun costume and bring it to the other side. Fun fact about this costume, the last time I was here, there was a different one. So this is about 3 years old now. I was the last person to wear the old costume, which is now the understudy costume. We have a fresh one. The headpiece is still the same though. Rise and shine. Catan?
No, I'm... Oh, hi.
What are we looking at?
The itinerary for Nav.
Oh. And all that. The Wheel of Fortune.
You won yourself a specialty dining at Chops.
Oh my god!
Let's get these ice skates on, shall we? am back from warm-up. That was actually such a fun warm-up. I feel very awake and excited for the shows today. We've got 2. So first one's at 1:30 and second's at 3:30. So notes are at 12:45, if I'm not mistaken. 12:45 call, which means I need to eat my little snack, which today's lunch or snack is going to be a banana and a protein bar. I bought these bars in Chivy at one of the grocery stores, and they're so delicious. And they were only €1 a piece, or like 1 and some change. I've been enjoying these. This has been my go-to snack before a show day. Just a little extra protein and something to sit in my stomach. I can't eat like a lunch before shows. It's just too much in my stomach and I just feel too heavy. But I like to have a little something, and this will tie me over. Also, with these matinee shows, it's kind of hard because when we finish, the mess will not be open until 6. So I can't have lunch. So I made sure to have a big breakfast this morning. While we're here, I can start answering some questions I posted on my community tab, so make sure to check that out every once in a while because I do post on there pretty frequently. And I usually also throw one on Instagram, so if you're not following me on there, it's at @Bauth. Make sure to follow me there for very real-time updates. Anyways, that being said, let's get into the questions. First question, what's your vision after cruise life and contracts? A skating coach, travel vlogger. Yes, I love the travel vlogs. I hope we'll see more of that. Well, first of all, thank you so much. That means so much to me because I really feel passionate about creating travel content. It's something that I really, really love to do. I love documenting every aspect of my life, but travel in particular just really inspires me, especially when I'm filming and making videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know entirely what the future holds for me, but my ultimate goal is to continue with social media and move more towards travel content. So I'm 100% manifesting that I will work with tourism boards, airlines, resorts, hotels, all that sort of stuff down the road. And yeah, that's what I really want to be like my full-time job. You never know what will happen. And I just feel like there's so many opportunities on the horizon. So that is like my dream. But because skating has always been such a huge part of my life, I don't think that I will entirely get rid of skating in my life. I'm always going to be involved in the sport one way or another, I think, whether that's coaching part-time or choreographing. I really enjoy choreographing programs for the kids. So yeah, I don't really know entirely, but that is what my plan is at the moment. And I definitely do see myself slowing down a bit, not entirely, but I definitely see myself settling somewhere and then just traveling very frequently for work. So time will tell. Okay, what is vlogging like from your castmates' perspective? Did you tell them before boarding or during install? What do they think of it? I'm always curious of what other people think when their friend is a vlogger. So yeah, I mean, I'd kind of have to ask them their perspective, but I have worked with quite a few of my castmates prior in this cast particular, which is kind of really fun because they already knew the situation. They knew that the camera is attached to the hip with me. At this point, I feel like most people in the company, most skaters in the company know that I have a channel. So I don't really have to explain it. I do still explain it because I have my camera with me and I'm like, yeah, by the way, I have a YouTube channel and like I document life and la la la. So everyone is always very supportive of it and encouraging, which is so great. Usually I just mention it. However, here I didn't really have to do that because I knew most of the cast before on other contracts. So they knew what they were getting themselves into. I've gotten so many questions about the coffee maker situation. So the reason I don't have it is because I left it on board back in December with Callum on Utopia. I didn't feel like buying another one before coming here, but now I'm kind of regretting that choice because I really wish I had it. That's the short story. Other than skating and YouTube, are there any other career paths you would be interested in exploring? Aside from those two, definitely something in fashion. I went to school for fashion. I have a degree in it, and I just love all things fashion. So fashion styling. My dream for a long time was to create my own brand, and I have been able to explore that sort of avenue with creating my own merch, which has been really fun. But maybe down the road, I will start a business, an online boutique or something like that. But as of right now, I have my hands pretty full, so it's not something I'm necessarily aiming for, but that is something else that I really enjoy. What is one thing you are looking forward to this year? Well, I have a lot that I'm looking forward to be honest. But if I could just pick one specific thing, I'm really excited to visit South Africa. on the crossing. That is going to be just unbelievable. I've never been to Africa, the continent at all. So it's going to be really, really cool. And it truly feels like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Of course, I could plan a trip to go to South Africa, but on a ship in particular, I don't know, or I've never heard of a ship going there. So that's going to be really awesome. At this point in both careers, what percentage of your income comes from YouTube versus skating? Well, I'm not going to say percentage, but I will say that I am making more money from YouTube than I am my job on board. That's what I'll say. How is your previous injury this contract? Any issues? So far, no, knock on wood. I really made sure to take my time to heal properly, which is something in the past I have rushed, but I was in really bad shape after last contract. So I made sure to take care of it and we're doing a lot better. So I haven't had any issues there, which is great. But it does also help that this schedule is a lot less demanding on my body. Do you ever see yourself slowing down and becoming an instructor like your wonderful mom? I definitely see myself slowing down. I don't think I'm going to live this lifestyle forever. Like, I know this entirely. This is not what I want long term, but in my 20s, you know, that's what life is all about, and just making the most of all the opportunities I have. And I've always loved travel and I always will love travel. So I do foresee myself continuing to travel a lot in the future as I age, but I definitely will have a more settled life as I get older. And like I said before, I would definitely be interested in becoming a coach, but I don't really want that as my main job. So a bit on the side, more of like a part-time thing would be awesome. Can you explain some cruise ship lingo? Absolutely. Okay, so all skates. All skates is the public skating for the guests. I don't know why it's called all skates. Maybe because all of the guests can skate. But yeah, that's what it is. I was mentioning install and the installer throughout the rehearsal process. An install period is a rehearsal period. So basically we get put into the show. We're installed into the show. So we learn the steps, the counts, all of the placement, the formations, all sort of stuff like that. That is what install is. And then an installer is the person who comes on board that works for the company and teaches us the show. So their job is to get us ready to open the show, and they're only on board for the rehearsal period. So they're on board for like 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how long we rehearse. And then the week we open, they also stay, and then they disembark. Muster 2.0 is the safety briefing that we give to guests when they come on board for their cruise. So when they embark on day 1, we scan them into their station. In case of an emergency, we give them some helpful information. In case of an emergency, show them how to put the life jacket on, and then that's it. So pretty simple. What other one? Oh, the mess. The mess is where the crew members eat. I don't know why it's called a mess, but crew mess, staff mess, those are 2 different places that we can eat as a crew member. Is backstage an area just for crew? Are there any areas of the ship that is for guests only where crew isn't allowed to use the facilities or mingle? Backstage is solely for crew members, and it's not just all crew members, it's only cast. If we're in Studio B, ice cast is allowed backstage, and the production cast, the people who help dress us throughout the show. Also, stage staff is back there, not completely backstage, but they are obviously back of house, helping move props and set pieces and all that sort of stuff, but it's not open to the public. As far as the guest areas that we cannot go, we're not allowed to use the pub because it is a smaller venue. There's limited space and guests come first, obviously. So that is one place that we cannot go. However, we are able to use all of the venues if you have family or friends on board and you get a paper sign. So when my parents come on board, that's how I get guest privileges, but I have to obviously be with them. What fun morale boosters or incentives does the ship offer to crew? We have what's called crew welfare, which basically puts on different activities and things for us to do on board or ashore in ports, which is really great. So they have a budget and they use that to host activities. So Paint and Sip is one of my favorites because they offer painting, and I love anything creative, so Paint and Sip is great. They provide some wine. All of the parties that they have for us for like different Independence Days, holidays, things like that. They do basketball tournaments later in the evening, like video game tournaments, ping pong. What else do they do? Sometimes they'll open the water slides to us in the evening, like after hours, and yeah, things like that. What is the difference between drill and muster? So muster is a safety briefing for the guests. So the guests will come, we scan them, yada, yada, yada. Drill is for crew only. So The drill is for us to practice our emergency duties. So every week we do this to refresh and keep up with our duties so everyone knows exactly where they need to be when, what to do, and it's sort of a simulation, if you will. What has been your favorite ice show to perform so far? 1000% Utopia. 1000%. Like, without a doubt, that is by far my favorite show. It holds the most special place in my heart ever because I was part of the creation process and the original cast to do it. But also the show is just so fun. It is just such high energy and exciting, and all the music is so good and modern, and like, I just love it. Okay, we're gonna leave the questions for now. I need to finish this, eat my bar, brush my teeth, throw on the lipstick, and then we'll have to go to notes. First show done, success. There were definitely not a lot of people in the audience, but we made it through. And the first one is always harder than the second because I am feeling a little bit tired. I mean, these matinee shows I haven't done in a couple contracts. So getting back into that swing of things is a process. Plus we did have a 9:45 show last night, but had a really good show. And now we have one more. I have half of my Coke Zero still to enjoy. So we're gonna powder the face, drink the Coke Zero, and then wait for the second notes, which are at 3 o'clock. Live, laugh, love, Coke Zero. This is like 100% a show day essential for me. So good. And it's so funny because I never drink this when I'm home. It's just on board. We might as well get back to some questions before we have to head to notes. We have about 20 minutes, so we can get a few banged out. Let's pull up the list, shall we? Actually, this is a perfect one because we were just speaking of essentials. Someone asked me, what are my show day essentials? So obviously, Coke Zero. Another essential for me is my Ready Freddy, which I have on right now. I love it. Wearing it in between shows is the best because I'm always obviously sweaty after the show and I just want to throw something on easy. This is also really good to like get ready in with your makeup so you don't mess up your hair. I have the short one, but they do have a full length as well. I have a couple, but I only brought the yellow this time around. So hopefully I can get a new one shortly. And then another show day essential for me is Element, which is the sponsor of today's video. So a big thank you to them. Chances are you've heard me talk about Element. I'm obsessed and it's a part of like my daily ritual, especially when it comes to a show day on board because I sweat so much throughout the show. But if you are not familiar, Element is a tasty electrolyte drink with everything you need and nothing you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. There are so many products on the market in the health and wellness space, but Element is incredible because it contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, which I really appreciate. So there's actually science behind what you are drinking. And to make things even better, there's absolutely no junk. So there's no sugar, there's no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, like none of that BS. As you know, I am a professional athlete and performer here on board, and it is no secret that I sweat a lot on a daily basis for that matter, but also on a show day. We have warm up, which is basically an hour, 30 minutes on the floor, 30 minutes on the ice. I sweat a lot then, and then we are performing a really high intensity show 2 times in a day. So on those days, it's really important for me to replenish my electrolytes, because if I don't, then I can experience some pretty terrible electrolyte deficiency symptoms, such as headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and many other symptoms as well. So of course, Element is extremely beneficial to me being a professional athlete, but Element really can be used by any and everyone, whether you're on the go, you travel a lot, you're a busy parent, you like working out, moving your body, or even you're just out in the sun and it's really hot. It's really important for every single person to replenish electrolytes, and Element can help you with that. As I said, I have one more show to get through, but the second we finish and I put away my costumes, we are cracking open the Element for sure. So I definitely recommend giving Element a try. And lucky for you, right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack to any order. That's 8 single serving packets for free to any order. So really, this is a perfect way to give it a try or share with a friend if you are feeling generous. So you can head to drinkelement.com/jbauth. And this deal is only available through my link. So head to drinkelement.com/jbauth. Moving on to the next question. What is the average length of your contracts? I would say on average, it's about 7 to 8 months. It can be a little bit more or a little bit less, but I would say that's a safe bet, is like 7.5, 8 months is where it's at. What country are your parents joining you in? So they are actually going to be cruising in October, and they're signing on in Athens, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Will you become a pair skater? Honestly, I have no idea what the future holds for me. It is something that I'm really interested in trying. I love learning all the lifts, and I don't really have any fear when it comes to being lifted in the air and trying new things. So it's definitely something that I would enjoy, but I don't know 100% if that is an avenue I will go down. But yeah, definitely interested in it. So we will see. Who knows? I have no idea right now. Did you and your roommate flip a coin for who gets which bunk? Actually, no. Jackie and I lived together on my first contract, and I had bottom bunk. So this time around, I was like, I'm going to let her have the bottom bunk. So I just offered to be top bunk. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't spend much time in my bed. I just sleep there. Throughout the day, I don't really go up there. So for me, it's no big deal. How many people are usually in an ice show cast? It depends on the ship. On average, most of the ships have a cast of 10. So it's 3 solo girls, 3 solo boys, and 2 pair teams. But some of the newer ships like Harmony and Symphony have 12. Utopia has 12. Icon has 14. That's the range. What do your castmates do in their free time? So we all have different interests, which is really fun. Jackie actually is currently writing a book, which is insane. That's so cool. So she's been working on that. Christoph is ice captain, so he has those duties, but he also likes all sorts of crafty things. So coloring, he does junk journaling or scrapbooking. Midori really likes to read. Pasha likes to code. What else? Taras really likes tennis and anything active. So yeah, that everyone's sort of got their thing, which is really fun. Any plans to buy your own house soon? Not a house, but I'm actually thinking about buying a condo. I think that makes more sense for me just because of this amount of space I need and if I want to rent it out. So that's definitely something I'm looking to do once this contract ends. Last question for now. I watch your vlogs all the time and was wondering, are you strict about your diet? You seem to be a very healthy eater. I don't follow any strict diet whatsoever or any sort of diet. I really enjoy eating healthy because it makes me feel good and it gives me energy. And I love the taste of healthy food, but in no way do I restrict myself. I definitely used to like years ago, but I have a much better relationship with food, and I think that balance is key and you shouldn't restrict yourself from anything. So I definitely enjoy chocolate, dessert, pizza, French fries, like the whole range. I just love to eat, but I do generally eat like 90% healthy and then like 10% other things. So anyways, we need to head back to notes and we're gonna do one more show. Right now, that's what you're reading?
But for the YouTube sake, I will just say I'm reading Misery from Stephen King.
Okay, I will bring your brain as clear and precise as possible so we can
And we are back, and I had another great show. So we're in a fabulous mood. Both shows, the audience was not a full house. I'd say it was probably like half a house. But as the show goes on, more and more people sort of stroll in. So the audience second show is definitely better. Energy was really good and very bittersweet because it was Deanna's last show with us. So it's kind of rare these days where the cast signs on and off together. Oftentimes there's fills or people that are here for only part of the contract. So Deanna just came for 2 months to work with us, and we have a new pair girl coming in a week. So next week we're going to be in reblock, maybe for a few weeks, depending on how fast she gets in the show. But either way, bittersweet that Deanna's leaving. She's so sweet, and she is headed to Icon. So it was her closing show, and her mom was here, and she sat in the chair, which was really cute. So now it's 4:30. I need to make my element. Drink that. I need to get in the shower. And then we are headed back to Studio B because we have reblock rehearsals because Deanna is leaving. So next week we need to be prepared for that. So we're going to get back on the ice at 5:30. And I'm so hungry. Like all second show I was thinking about eating. So then we'll probably eat after reblock rehearsals. But hopefully rehearsals shouldn't take too long. It'll probably take like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. Flavor of the day, raspberry salt. It has been a day. It is now 8 p.m. I just finished dressing the production show. I'm only on the first one, so I'm headed to the mess now. There wasn't any time to eat after rehearsals. I thought there would be a little bit of time, but literally we finished rehearsals and I went straight to dressing. So I am very, very, very hungry, needless to say. So we're going to go get some fuel and then we'll see after that. I'm not really sure. But for now, priority is eating because the last real meal I had was at 8 a.m. It's 10:57. We're back in the room. I devoured my dinner. And we've been sitting back deck for the last couple hours. But now Jackie and I are going to start episode 2 of Squid Game season 3. And we watched the first episode last night and it left on a cliffhanger. So we wanted to watch the second episode, but we needed sleep for today's matinees. So now we're going to watch the second one. But we have an exciting day tomorrow. So we'll probably just watch one tonight, depending on how we feel. We'll see. We are both not mentally well after episode 2. That was too much. Way too much. This show, I don't even know why I say I like it because I actually don't. It makes me feel horrible. I'm actually nauseous now after that episode. I'm sick to my stomach. I enjoyed watching it with Jackie. However, the actual show is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. But on that note, I'm in my pajamas. I'm ready for bed, and we we're tucking in because tomorrow we're having a fun little excursion in Messina. So excited for that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's vlog. I love you all to the moon and back. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already because I do upload weekly, 2 times a week, and we have a lot more adventures on the horizon. So thanks again for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.